Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, happy Saturday. Today is monthly book club. And so, those of you who are new to monthly book club, once a month I go live and talk about one of my favorite books to use when working with children, adolescents, and adults using expressive arts and play therapy. So today's live, I want to focus on using mandalas, and one of my favorite books to use that gives me some great ideas for using mandalas. I put a link in the description, so you'll be able to find that book in the link. So the book that I wanted to highlight is by Susan Buchalter, Mandala Symbolism and Techniques. What I love about this book is you can see how thick it is. This is all mandala prompts, ideas. So different activities to do using mandalas and using mixed media, different like collage or mixed media or drawing, different things like that. It is chock full of ideas for mandalas. So I'm Kathy Spooner. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and registered play therapist supervisor here in the United States. And I have almost 30 years experience working with children, adolescents, adults, and families. And one of my favorite modalities to use, even with the grown-ups, is expressive arts. And when I'm working with children, play therapy. And I love, love, love using expressive arts, especially with adolescents and adults, because I can use the art activity or the expressive arts to help them process and explore on a deeper level, because sometimes we don't have words to describe what we're going through. And the use of symbol, and you can see all my sand figures in the background here, the use of symbol allows my unconscious, or if you're looking at it from a neurobiology standpoint, maybe my implicit memory, or that memory that doesn't have language and I still experience it in my body. Expressive arts gives an amazing and powerful way to help clients explore what they don't always have language for. And also think about it, a picture is worth 1,000 words. If I can see it, then I have a much deeper understanding of what it's like to be my client and what different experiences have been like for them. And using the mandala is one of my favorite ways to do that. So if you are not familiar with mandalas, mandalas are essentially like the use of a circle. So I'll describe it to kids as we're going to make a circle picture, a circle drawing. And the circle acts as a container for that emotional content that we want to express through the use of drawing and art. So I actually created using a Word document. You can go in Word and use go into shapes and just make a big old circle and put it on there. This is like an 8.5 by 11. It's not my favorite because it's so small, but I do like using it because it's easy. I can hand it to my clients. I even have the young kids do it. I can have them draw their emotions inside the circle. And it's also really awesome to use as a journal. So a mandala journal, you can print out a bunch. You can put they can put 3 hole punches, get like a notebook, and now they have their mandala journal. When I have clients in my office, usually I'll have, you can get some big art paper for drawing. Or here's a little pro tip if you want to save a few shekels, a little money. If you go to the office supply store, like here in the United States, we have Staples or Office Depot, You can do it online. Get the 8.5 by 11, get the 11 by 17 size copy paper. And that you get tons, like a whole ream, 500 pages of 11 by 17. So I'll typically use that when I'm being fancy and I can afford it. I can actually find good drawing paper. Then I'll get the drawing paper. But then here's how I do my circle. You can have them draw their own circle. I like using a circle. So I actually got this 9-inch pie plate and I'll put it on top of the paper. I'll use my pencil and I'll draw the outline for the mandala, and then they can create their picture in the mandala. So that is my book club. If you're watching, go ahead and post your name in the comments. I'd love to see who's here. Also, if you're in my Facebook group, I was struggling with Facebook. I don't know if this is actually streaming into my Facebook group. So if it is and you're watching, go ahead, give permission for StreamYard to use it just lets me see your name and you can post that in there. Let's see who's here. I'd love to see how you use mandalas with your clients, if you use mandalas with your clients. If you are going to use mandalas with your client, again, I would highly recommend this book by Susan Buchalter, especially if you're getting started, because it will give you some good ideas for prompts. And what I mean by like directives, different activities you can give them to use. I would highly recommend having a variety of art material available. So in addition to the paper, I would make sure to have markers, colored pencils, crayons. You can do watercolor pencils. So with those, there's something about the lead, the art therapy people know. When you draw on it, then you take a wet paintbrush and it will and go over what you drew. It will give a watercolor effect, which is really cool. I would offer the option of using oil pastels or chalk pastels because it gives a different feel to it, which is awesome. Paint, you can use collage, so magazines, and there's a lot of ideas in the book for different mixed media that you can use. Another idea for using the mandalas is get like wax paper and then give different color tissue paper, and you can have them cut or tear the tissue paper and then put that between the wax paper and then iron that and then make the circle. It gives the illusion. It kind of gives that stained glass window feel to it. So those are different ideas, and that is it for today. So if you want a link for the book, I did put it in the description, so you can get it there. Also, if you're interested, I am facilitating an online training on June 14th for mental health professionals working with adolescents. It's good for adults too. And you want to learn some expressive arts activities to use with your clients, or maybe you need some new ideas. It'll be framed in a neuroscience and attachment lens. So we're using that lens to conceptualize the expressive arts activities and give directives around that and to help explore some of those challenges that our adolescent clients are facing from using neuroscience and attachment. And then I call a little sprinkling of archetypes as we look at some of the archetypes of attachment and those complexes around those attachment archetypes for our adolescents. Also, if you're interested, I do have a play therapy and expressive arts supervision group. It's online. I have openings in that group. If you're interested, you can send me a private message or tag me in this post and ask me more about it. We can schedule a time to meet. So, all right, that's it for monthly book club for May. See you next time.